So hello fellow banknote collectors, this is Glenn, and in today's video we're looking at Belarusian banknotes. So I can't find the video. I'm pretty sure I made a video past, but I just can't find it. So this is a focus on all my Belarusian banknotes, and most of them are from the second series. The only banknote I have from the first series is this 20,000 rubles. And the first series was first introduced in 92. And it lasted till 2000. So Belarus has been through quite a few inflationary periods, and if you're wanting to buy Belarusian rubles, even the current ones, I would suggest you wait until probably about 10 years, see if they'll go through an inflationary period. I reckon that they will. It's just the history of the actual country and the ruler. The ruler's the same. Lukashenko, he's been in power since, I believe, 94. So he's done nothing to change the economy. So there's no change in the way it is run. So inflation's definitely going to pick up sooner or later. So the lowest banknote of this series is the 50 kopek. And the highest banknote is 5 million rubles. So this banknote would have probably purchased not much. As if we look at the second series, so when they changed in 2000, it was 1,000 first rubles equals 1 new ruble. So I do have the 1 ruble. This is quite similar to the 1,000 rubles. So the designs, when they change over, are pretty similar. So here we have the 20 rubles from the second series and the 20,000. So these had equal value. You just chop 3 zeros off and you've got 20. The color's the same, but this first series had the coat of arms. So the previous coat of arms, which is a horseman wielding sword, and that's pretty similar to the coat of arms of Lithuania, hence why Belarus probably changed it. So the Belarusian coat of arms and the flag were pretty similar to Lithuania up until 95, and then they changed it over. So these banknotes are pretty similar in colour, not the designs, because the 2001s had buildings all over them. But on this side you have this is the National Bank, and as you can see, we've got a large portrait here and a small portrait here. So this banknote, it probably costs probably about $5 to get something like this in this condition. If you want it uncirculated, you're probably going to pay a bit more. But these banknotes lost value fairly quickly, and by the 2005 that issued 100,000, 2012 that issued 200,000. So the highest banknote for this series is 200,000. And in 2016 they had a currency reform, I believe it's 2016, at 10,001. So you needed 10,000 plus 1,000 equals 10 million. So you needed 10 million of the first series to equal 1 ruble now. That's how the currency is falling. And so to see the watermark, put a light there, you can see it's a castle. So that's actually a nice watermark. It has a security thread on the other side. So that's the 20,000. And then we look at the second series. So I don't have any of the third series, which are the best banknotes. They're very nicely designed, and I would like to get them myself, but I think inflation's going to kick off in Belarus soon, and it will just eat the value of the banknote. So these ones all have buildings that are in Belarus, and it's in Belarusian down below, or maybe Russian. And this is the Academy of Science building in Minsk. Minsk is the capital. You can see the watermark. So it's pretty similar to some historical banknotes, especially German. just a generic, and on the back we have the serial number 2001. So that is the 1. I don't have the 5, which is pretty similar in size to the 1 and 10, but it actually looks better. So on the 10 we have the National Library, so more like a communist era type building there. I don't think Belarus has built that many buildings in Minsk since the fall of the Soviet Union, because the country is pretty impoverished as far as I know. And if you know, they've had lots of protests to try and get rid of Lukashenko, because he has done nothing positive for the country. And here's the 20 with the National Bank building. The watermark is, it's actually quite nice. So it probably says National Bank of Belarus. And security threat is here. That's just a fold there in the center. And you've got a window here that is on both sides. So it should match up. If it's a mismatch, then it's probably a fake or an error. And on this side, we have the interior of the bank. So on one side, you have the outside, and on the other side, you have the interior. And here we have the 50. So quite a large banknote. Here is the actual watermark, which is the front of the castle as well. And this is the Holmsky Gate in Brest. So Brest actually used to be part of Poland, but now it's part of Belarus. And on the back, we have the War Memorial. So this is a Soviet War Memorial to the Second World War. And that is, see, we have the Soviet star that Russia has adopted as its own. Then we have the 100 ruble. So this is called the Tapestry Opera and Ballet, and looks quite a nice building. Probably early Soviets, probably 50s or 40s. Looks actually quite nice. Could be older. Then the watermark is a person doing ballet. So all the watermarks on these banknotes are different. And here we have the security feature. So on both sides, it does light up. So if you put it together, should be showing lighting up together. And on the back we have a ballet scene. This is V Britannica so that's a depiction by Glebal. So Glebal is his name down there. And if you know anything about Cyrillic, I know a little bit. So this is STO. P is an R. Ruble. So it's a bit different than the Western alphabet. And it takes, it's like an amalgamation of Greek and Western alphabet, which is very interesting. So here's a 500 ruble. You can see the watermark is the Palace of Culture in Minsk. So this is probably an 18th century type building, because it has the Roman Greek colonnades, which are those pillars that you can see. And in the center has the actual building itself. So they're just an external feature to make it look good. And on the back, we have a detail from a frieze of the Palace of Culture. So this type of architecture is taken from Greco-Roman culture, especially the Parthenon, which had lots of friezes with people in it. But it's more like a modern depiction of people. And this one is quite a nice banknote and pretty high grade as well. So the highest value I have is the 1000, and this has an equivalent value of 10 kopecks in the current currency, so it really doesn't have that much value to it. But this depicts the National Museum in Minsk of Art. So if you can read Belarusian, you know the building down there. The watermark is some artwork. It looks, well, it's a bit harder to tell. It looks like some flowers. Flowers are a pretty common feature in art because they're just so common. And this is the actual watermark you can see on the back. Still life, flowers and fruit. I'm not too sure who the artist is. It would be nice to actually see, get some information on the artist. I probably could if I looked on the internet, but not for this video. And that would have to be my favourite banknote actually, because I do like this type of still art. It's not too hard to learn to paint this stuff. That's probably why it's very common. I've done some of it in the past. You just need to know how to do shadows basically, and then you'll be able to render the painting pretty nicely. So these ones, we'll check to see how much they actually cost on eBay. So here I have some banknotes from Belarus. I've got them listed as lowest to biggest. So we have the 20 rubles from the second series. Most of these are from the first series. You can see the 50 Kopek has a squirrel. These ones are the animal series. They have animals on them. So you've got 50 rubles, $1.50. So they're quite cheap. And the lower values from the second version. So this is the 10 rubles. Is $1.50. So you can start off a good collection. 20 rubles, you know, $1, not including postage. So probably about $2 to $3 with postage. Then you got the 100 rubles, $2. So you can get these in uncirculated. So my advice would be get the lowest denominations all in uncirculated, not in circulated, the ones I have. Then you got 500 rubles, also in circulated for $2. So with the first versions, you know, under $100, probably under 100 rubles under $2. And the second version, the 1,000 rubles is the second version. You can get it for $2.50. 5,000 rubles for the first version of the ruble, $2.50 as well. So as you can see, inflation currency, that's why you shouldn't buy inflated currencies or countries that have a history of inflation, like Zimbabwe or Venezuela. Don't buy those banknotes yet. Wait till they lose all their value. So we have more 500s. And as you go down, the values of the banknotes will increase with, most of the time, the denomination increase. But some of them with just slight increase in value. So you had $1.50 before, now you're getting up to $1.71. Okay, here we have the 20,000 rubles from the second series, only $5. So I would use as a standard. The 20,000 rubles for $5. Any other denomination under that, I would probably try and get for $5 or less. And if we go down, you can start to get the series. You start to get more than one banknote. That's probably a lot to collect, because you get them for $6.47. Where am I? Yeah, $6.47 and $1.85. Then we have another 1,000. So these ones down here are getting a bit high for the low value. Just pass them up. They're not really worth it. So let's see if we can find a good value. Say $5,000, $10. Nah, you can probably get it cheaper than that. If you don't find any really low valued ones in good condition, just pass it up. It's just not worth you to buy it. See this one, $9. No, not really worth it. So just go up to the listing. Even with postage, you can buy 2 or 3 notes for $9. And I have a feeling, these are all from France, I have a feeling I know who that salaries, but I won't mention them. You know, on eBay, it's pretty much not worth selling stuff under $5, so no wonder why they have it for $9. It's just not worth your time unless the person purchased quite a lot of things. Anyway, so here we have some 200,000 rubles. I didn't find any 5 million rubles of the first series. I'd say most of them have probably been redeposited back at the bank. So the cheapest one of the 200,000 I found is $25. So about $30, and then you got GST because it's from the Ukraine. So it's an extra 10% on top of that the government charges. And if you buy anything from any foreign website, you're going to pay 10% GST. And these ones are probably set in value. So when I said probably wait to buy Belarusian banknotes, I'm talking about the current series, because Belarus will probably go through another inflationary period because the government just hasn't changed, hasn't learnt anything, and it's just the situations are the same for an inflation to happen. And the 200,000 has already been withdrawn, so whatever banknotes are left over, and that will probably mean that a majority have been returned to the bank and changed over. So this is equivalent to 20 new rubles. And so only the new currency. Just wait and hold on if you're interested in buying Belarusian banknotes. Purchase these ones because these values are pretty much set. Whatever is going to happen to them, inflation-wise, has already happened. And most of these banknotes would have been deposited. So there's going to be no more printing of these banknotes by the government itself. Maybe fakes. Yeah, but these are pretty slow value, not really going to be worth faking. Anyway, hope this helped you with Belarusian currency. I know it's a little bit long. Yeah, but it's a nice country with a troubled present. Not future, not past, present. Present in Belarus is unknown. Thank you very much, and have an awesome coin and banknote collecting time. Thank you, and goodbye.